Oh, fuck. Am I the asshole for being too hard on my dad by saying he let me down when he chose being married over what was best for me? My dad and I, 17F, started therapy 3 weeks ago, and last week during our third session, I opened up bluntly about how I feel like my dad let me down and failed me by prioritizing being married and his own happiness. This was not the first time I tried speaking openly to my dad, but this is the first time he said he appeared willing to listen, and first time he took the harm it was doing to our relationship seriously. Let me explain. My mom died when I was just a baby, and my dad was single until I was 4. It was then he met my stepmom / his wife, Sharon. Sharon was a divorced mom with a 9-year-old son and an 8-year-old daughter. They got married when I was 5. Sharon's kids / my step-siblings never liked me. They always hated me. When my dad and Sharon first got married, I thought of them as my siblings and loved them totally. But they were really mean to me. They'd say they hated me, that everyone hated me, that I should leave. They encouraged me to run away because nobody would miss me. They said I would never be their sister or their family, and I was a weirdo for calling them my siblings. Sharon noticed more than my dad, but I used to tell my dad, and when things got bad, I asked if we could leave. But he'd try and reassure me, but was very dismissive of how much it was hurting me. He told me we couldn't leave because Sharon was his wife, and we were all a family now, and you can't leave a family. Sharon only ever said anything when her kids made me cry. I have 2 half-siblings from my dad and Sharon. I was so excited when they were born, and I bonded with them and loved helping them and playing with them. Then my step-siblings decided to use them against me, and they were older, and Sharon would let them do more, and eventually they told our half-siblings that if they wanted to do cool stuff with them, they had to say no to playing with me, and rejecting me became the normal thing. My younger siblings would repeat a lot of what my step-siblings would say to me. This continued even after my step-siblings moved out, because they would take our younger siblings out, or they would visit them and bring gifts. For the year to year, I have been withdrawn and stopped trying. I don't try to do anything with my younger siblings. I don't hang out with dad like I used to, and my focus is on moving out. My dad started to notice late last year, and he sent me to a therapist, and then decided family therapy was needed for the 2 of us. This is when last week happened. My dad looked really shocked at first, and he was apologetic. After we got home, Sharon asked me why I had been so hard on my dad. My dad and Sharon argued about it. I spent the rest of last week trying to be alone with my thoughts. Our next session is tomorrow. Sharon apologized for saying what she did, but reiterated that she feels like I handled it badly. Sharon is trying to twist OP's therapy against her. Literally opened up in therapy, and Sharon's like, no, you're bad and wrong, actually. Your feelings aren't valid. Fuck you. I can't do anything wrong. My dad tried to talk to me since the appointment, but I don't know how to talk to him anymore without our therapist. Am I the asshole? Top comment here. It's bad enough that your dad and Sharon knew about your step-siblings bullying you, but the fact that they didn't shut your step-siblings down when they played childish games with your half-siblings and manipulated them to be nasty to you as well tells me that they are bad parents. You have a right to be angry. Your dad is supposed to be your advocate, and he failed you. You can't tell me Sharon didn't have something to do with her kids' actions. Right. It really feels that way, doesn't it? Especially after learning how she opened up and Sharon was like, you were too harsh. No, shit needed to be fucking said. Because I've been bullied in my own house my entire life. When you have a kid, you are going to be the only advocate for that kid. Fucking stand up for them. Yeah, so not the asshole, even a little bit. Even a little bit. This is the top IHOP post. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to dress up, not down? Yes, next, true. Telling your wife what to wear in anyway, yes. Throw the man away, I need no more information. How split is this sticky? How are we split here? What do we got? 99% asshole, 1% not the asshole. Okay, all right. Am I the asshole for asking my wife to dress up, not down? My wife and I have been married for 6 years now. My wife Grace is beautiful. She's a very girly girl, liking things like pink, flowers, purses, and heels. Before the pandemic, Grace would always dress for a runway. She would have on makeup, heels, dresses, perfume, smooth skin, and etc. She would have on smooth skin? During the pandemic, though, my wife's job got moved to at home. She stopped her beauty routine and spent most of the days in long t-shirts, shorts, sweatpants, and her pajamas. I understood it since we weren't really going anywhere. Grace also stopped wearing makeup, doing her hair, and shaving. While this bothered me because I like having a beautiful wife, I figured it was till her job moved back to the office. This is a yucky, icky, nasty, poopy diaper pants of a man. My wife is only beautiful when she performs femininity for me. Now things are open again. My wife has been moved to the office, but Grace told me she didn't want to return and opted to keep working from home. Her wardrobe has completely changed in the 2 years of the pandemic. She hardly wears her dresses, cute shirts, skirts, makeup, or anything like before. It's men's t-shirts with sayings on them like "I'm grumpy," jeans, sweatpants, and tennis shoes. And she has completely stopped shaving and waxing. Now she'll dress up a bit if we go out or if we have company, but that's it. Grace tells me it's too much work. So, you ready for this? Are you ready for this? So now for the part where I may be an asshole. Buddy, you already are. Buddy, we're long gone. Buddy, we are so far on the side of you're an asshole that there's literally, you're saying that you're gonna be more of an asshole here. Before the pandemic, we went on a date night. Since we haven't done it in a while, I suggested a night out at an expensive restaurant. I did pick this restaurant on purpose. Grace said no and suggested we order takeout. When I refused, she suggested a restaurant like IHOP or Chili's. Her excuse? She didn't feel like shaving her legs for one of her dresses and wanted to be comfortable. My wife wanted to be comfortable, and I said no. Am I the asshole? Yeah, right. I'm going to manipulate the situation to force my wife to dress up by going to a place with a dress code. Right. I would never ask something of my partner that I would not be willing to do myself, period, end of story. If I am not willing to shave and to wax, I'm not going to ask my partner to shave and to wax for me. Oh, yeah, okay. We're not even in the worst of it. We're not even in the worst of it, okay? I snapped, saying it wouldn't hurt you to dress up for once. You are still deflecting your own wants and preferences. Just say that you like it when she's dressed up for you. How hard is it to communicate to your partner? She accused me of only liking her looks. This isn't true. Bro, you spent 4 paragraphs explaining how you want her to look. I told her I was just tired of feeling like I'm living with a homeless woman. I'm not even done with the post, and it just keeps getting worse. Oh, good. Oh, good. Oh, thank God. Grace ended up locking herself in our bedroom. Good on you. Good on you. I know my words were harsh. I ordered a pizza and tried to apologize, but Grace wouldn't open the door. I slept on the couch. The bare minimum that you deserve. Right now, Grace is still giving me the cold shoulder, refusing to speak to me and be on the same room with me. I know I hurt her feelings with my words. However, I think this is depression or isolation from the pandemic, since before, Grace had no problem looking like a model. Am I the asshole? Can we quote this? Pizza doesn't fix misogyny. Ooh, this top comment here. We're eating good today with comments. Yes, the asshole. You know what the pandemic taught a lot of women? That the expensive beauty culture that is shoved in our faces all day long is bullshit. We can be braless. We can be hairy. We can be comfortable all the time instead of 20% of the time, and dress up solely when we want to and not because it's expected. Yes. Yes! This is not the direction that I thought we would be going by searching Waffle House. Am I the asshole for correcting my brother's blatant racism? This one's done, one and done, baby. 5K versus 233,000 for not the asshole. Holy f***. Background: I, F15, wholeheartedly believe that being a racist is one of the worst things that you can do, but I might be the asshole on this one. My brother, M17, oh, we got edgy teenage humor. Oh, buddy, grow up. Is usually a very funny guy, but he makes a lot of racist jokes that just aren't funny. So he's not a very funny guy. So he's actually just a piece of shit instead, actually, you mean? For example, he will pick up a package of noodles in some Asian language, squinting his eyes, and read it as Ching Chong Ling Long. He's not cute. He's not funny. He's not original. He's not creative. He's just a racist piece of garbage that deserves to be called out for his shitty behavior and his shitty way of thinking. Now to the situation. My brother works at a fast food restaurant as a waiter. He always says he has a tendency to try and match people's accents as a joke. Typically, English isn't their first language. This guy fucking sucks. He was with this family that was having a hard time with English trying to get his help, and he was already being pretty rude. Like when they wouldn't understand, he would just get louder to the point he was almost yelling at the people. Well, I was trying my hardest to ignore him until I hear him say under his breath, just loud enough so people can hear, "If you're gonna come to America, speak English." No, you're not the asshole for correcting your brother's blatant racism. Shame them for being racist pieces of shit. And publicly, specifically, immediately, and loudly. Especially if they're kids, they have time to learn. True, they do have time to learn. Technically, they do have time to learn. There is an update here. Though these people were having a hard time understanding the menu, I could tell they understood that. They looked heartbroken. So I stood up and apologized to them on his behalf and tried to help them order. Well, my family, including my brother, are saying I'm an asshole because I made him look bad. Motherfucker, you did that to yourself! And that I should never have commented on what he said because it made him look unprofessional. He was all... Plus, one of the nearby families eating heard and reported him to management so he might lose his job. Good. He's not dependent on the job. Don't worry, he still lives back at home. Am I the asshole? Edit for spelling. For those asking, I thought that Waffle House was a fast food chain. My apologies. There's the Waffle House. Update. My brother found this post and showed it to my family. On a good note, my family apparently didn't understand the whole story and are now telling my brother how out of line he really was. On a bad note, my brother is now threatening to disown me. Oh no. Anyway, but I guess it's okay. I don't want to be known as the sister of the local racist anyway. P.S. to all the people who took this seriously, you really helped me through this. As a 15-year-old in an area where you should never turn on family, I was worried I did the wrong thing. I feel much more secure in my choice now, and I hope to continue to make good choices. To those who are telling me I am stroking my own ego, I understand how obvious it seems now, and I don't blame you for thinking that way, but I hope you can think about it from my perspective. Plus, for those sending me less than honorable messages, I am in fact a 15-year-old. Man up and say what you're gonna say publicly, or don't try to message me and make me feel threatened at all. This girl's going places. This girl's fucking going places. Peeps, don't you just love the community you made? Honestly, like, for real, like, we joke around a lot. I feign annoyance a lot for comedy purposes, but never for a second think that I don't appreciate the fuck out of this community. I know you said that as like a tongue-in-cheek sort of thing. However, I'm going to be serious, and I'm going to look at you in the eyes right now and say that I appreciate the fuck out of each and every single one of you that comes in, that keeps coming back, that is a part of this community. Don't you fucking start with me.
Money. Milk me, daddy.
Okay.